Assalamu alaikum. This is my reaction video to the Israeli ambassador justifying trying to commit a genocide on people. Let's go.
As we speak, Hamas is still holding hostage these people. So I want sensitivity to the humanitarian case of our hostages. They need to be released immediately, and the Americans were part of...
First of all, who created the hummus? It was the Israelis. They created hummus by funding them because they wanted to go against the secular Yasser Arafat, who was more liberalistic in his views. So it was the creation of Israel themselves. Now, what I will say at the beginning is simply that, the killing of any innocent human beings is wrong. Therefore, to be honest, I don't understand why they're trying to make out that, first of all, that they should give, let's continue.
Of demanding that international community should stand with Israel on this humanitarian case.
And you can see that they are not going to be released as long as you are bombing Gaza.
This is exactly what Hamas...
Yeah, this is what it is. It's like, okay, the hostages are with them. They don't want them to, their people to die. So that's why they're keeping them as that. But then again, let's be honest, how do we know they're still alive? Considering the amount of bombardment they've been doing on each land, West Bank as well. West Bank doesn't have any hummus in it. And Gaza themselves have been bombing that completely. So where are they going to get all this? Where are they going to find them? They might be even not alive. Anyway, I'll continue in a minute.
Happen, is it?
This is the equation Hamas wants to create. But I want to tell you clearly, Israel won't hold itself to defend its people. This is a war of defense. We have no other...
Defense is not defense. Who threw the first punch? After 1945, it was basically given to them the land, and it was not their land, and they basically just been committing genocide for so many years. It's they threw the first punch by, starting the genocide and slowly occupying Palestine. It's an apartheid state through, United Nations have stated it as an apartheid state. So have, other organizations that they're committing war crimes right now. So under their definition, they can create their own definitions. That's what it seems like they're doing all the time.
Other aims. Israel went back to the international border in 2005. So we didn't have to deal with Gaza, but they wanted to destroy Israel. So they started a war, and we will make sure Hamas won't exist on our borders. And everyone agrees this should be the mission.
The question is whether you...
How do they don't even know where they are. To say that, that they want them to do whatever, it's ridiculous. They don't even know where they are. They're just pressing buttons and killing innocent people. That's just wrong. It's haram.
You can do that without massive civilian casualties. Already, Israel has killed 2 or 3 times as many Palestinians in its bombing, Palestinian children, Palestinian women, as were killed in the Hamas attack.
She's really annoyed.
That can only, and you have...
She's annoyed because it's true, but she's like, we justify it now, and what we're going to do. Who the hell are you to tell us what to do? She's got that look on her face. Well, you know what? There's a thing called humanity. Whatever, anyway.
You haven't even begun yet. You haven't even begun the ground war. So the question is, are you really talking about erasing a people here when you're talking about erasing Hamas? Where do you...
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Just draw the distinction between Hamas fighters and ordinary families?
It's so clear for us that the moral values of Israel are so clear. We never target civilians.
But you kill them.
No.
You don't not target them, but you do kill them.
So I will tell you something about that.
That's true.
Just yesterday, we were witnessing, I think this is actually, if we take that as a microcosmos of the problem, it will be easier. The fact that the media was reporting about this bombing of the hospital, blaming Israel, zero responsibility on accurate report.
No, it's confirmed now that it was them. There's no projectile that can actually go like that way and then like do a U-turn completely in a different formation.
The fact that 3 hours later we were delivering accurate message, the fact that... Wait a second.
All of that is disputed. I mean,
Krishna,
you can say it's accurate, but
can I tell you something?
There is
if
another
you want
version.
to listen, then you need to give me to portray the whole picture, because this is a complicated conflict, right? So we need to understand what...
Complicated because they made it complicated. Genociding people, they made it, and they're trying to justify their actions. That's all that it is.
Israel was going through. So we checked our intelligence. We were actually bringing to the table all the evidence that not just that Israel didn't do it. We showed to the world a phone call between two terrorists in Gaza,
which is highly questionable.
Saying nothing is questionable because we.
Yeah, it is questionable completely because it's not real. It's been confirmed.
We've seen both the British and the American accept the fact it was for 100% Israel didn't do it. So you had the jihadic Islam.
That call is disputed.
The jihadic Islam.
There are many people who say it is not authentic.
Krishnan, I want to tell you something. There is a massive difference between attack of a rocket and airstrike. Out on the ground, you could see the hospital was there. It was a rocket attack, clearly.
You cannot see the rocket. You cannot see the rocket land on the hospital in that video.
You can see the parking lot.
You can see an explosion in the air, and then you can see an explosion on the ground. You cannot prove that those two things were linked. There may have been other ordnance involved.
I will tell you what is a proof. We have a segment of our intelligence recording Hamas terrorists saying, this is a jihadic Islam rocket.
Well,
change the subject, yeah? And why is your intelligence more important than everybody else's?
You cannot be more clear. No, it's not. This is exactly your mistake.
It's disputed by them, and it's disputed by other people who've listened to the tape and say, that doesn't sound real.
It's more reasonable to you to listen to Hamas propaganda, a terror organization...
I'm not saying that.
How can you say that it's Hamas propaganda? How do you know it's Hamas propaganda? You're just assuming the...
To a democratic country,
I'm not saying I'm not just saying it's Hamas alone, but there are other people who have said that tape is disputed. And I can't say it's true or not true, but all I'm saying is
I will tell you something.
It is disputed.
The intelligence
and all the evidence that you've presented is disputed, as is theirs.
So I will tell you something. The intelligence services, both us and the Americans, thought it was credible. And this is why President Biden said very clearly...
The Americans are your closest allies. It'd be extraordinary if they were.
So you think basically Hamas is more reliable than Americans?
No, but I'm saying the fact that the Americans...
How can you assume that he's watched Hamas's stuff? It's not about that, is it? How can you say it's Hamas's evidence?
Support you does not necessarily mean it's true.
But this is a microcosmos of the fact, and there is a matter of a fact, 30% of the rockets fall in the land of Gaza. So it means basically they don't care killing their own children.
But right now, as I say...
Can I ask you something? Why are you not taking...
What? Just making things up.
A moral statement here to say you don't care about your own people by firing rockets, that 30% of them land up in Gaza and end up killing civilians.
You can take that moral position, but that's
because
not
the Palestinians are basically, they don't care about human rights, and they don't care about the fact at the moment Hamas is committing horrible war crimes, and you cannot ignore that.
It's all a lie. We all know it's all a lie. They're killing their own people. It's confirmed now, and for her to actually deny it now is absolutely ludicrous. It's confirmed. Krishna did a great job, and the truth needs to be set free. They're liars. These Zionist scums are liars, and they just want to commit a genocide on the Palestinian people, and it's wrong, and we should stand up for justice, and that's what we should do. Please like, share, subscribe, or whatever. It's not about me. It's about spreading the message, and it's about spreading awareness so that this genocide can stop. Hopefully we'll get a ceasefire soon. Inshallah. Ameen.